Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. Today we're doing the top 5 August perfumes for the year 2025. The temperature, the weather, the mood, it's very twilighty, right? August twilight. You can see here I've generated this beautiful landscape that is kind of bucolic or bucolico. And we are outside of the city, we are in nature, but we do see some reminiscence of past civilizations that have conquered and roamed the earth way before we did. But everything, good or evil, comes to pass sooner or later, and something new begins. So, August is still a full blown summer month in the Northern Hemisphere. September is the month where we're like kind of half half. Well, let's say 3 weeks summer and then 1 week autumn. But it is already the zenith of summer, and we are kind of fading slowly, right? So the perfumes that I'm choosing are mm, summer-ish, but they're also in a way mourning the imminent coming of the end of summer. And it's a mood. Sometimes it happens in August, sometimes in September. Usually late August, something happens with the light, the northern hemisphere. Angle of the earth to the sun shifts ever so slightly, and all of a sudden the light in the air is a different color. It's no longer that summery, vibrant, light blue haze, but instead there's a smidge of amber in the color. There's a smidge of gold in the air, and all of a sudden we feel a certain type of melancholy and or melancholia, and to most people it's imperceptible, really. You got to be a very sensitive person to feel that shift. One day in summer you just wake up and the light outside is different. It's no longer summer light, but rather autumn. Even though technically it's still summer, we start feeling the end of summer and we're slowly entering darkness. And that is a special mood. It's a special atmosphere. It's not all negative. Sometimes it has negative connotations. Sometimes it has positive connotations. For me, it's a mood shift that takes me on a more introspective, introvert journey. And it just makes me feel it grounds me more and more. Summer made me feel all bubbly all over the place, and now slowly it's time to kind of ground ourselves, and we're preparing for the harvest, which is something we're going to touch base on as autumn and Halloween approach. So my first one is maybe the darkest one. Maybe let me begin with the darkest one, even though I was thinking to maybe end the video with the darkest one, but no, let's turn it all upside down, just like the world is upside down at the moment. So let's begin with the darkest one, Vinyl by Yves Saint Laurent. As the sticker itself says, we have Immortel and Myrrh. Boy, oh boy, and it is very synthetic. It does smell of plastic vinyl, typical to Yves Saint Laurent's vinyl, haute couture and pret-a-porter clothing. It has the logo on the top. This one has been discontinued. Thank you, L'Oreal. Always taking away the best stuff. Yes, L'Oreal owns the company, the perfume part of YSL. This thing is amazing. I mean, and by the way, you see this gradient, the dégradé, going from like black to this amber color. And you might think, oh, they colored the glass, and they just colored the inside of the glass into this hot, dark, ambery color. Well, you'd be surprised because look, when we flip it, hold on, let me see if you can see. It's the actual juice inside that is this color. So you can see here, the glass is transparent. It's the actual liquid that is this insanely intense brown ambery color. And the color, if ever a color was an indication for the smell of a perfume, it's with this one. I mean, this thing is It's vinyl. It's almost burnt vinyl. Like sometimes we have in certain cultures the tradition of big bonfires late at night in summer. This kind of smells of a modern day civilization bonfire because it is like a burning flame in here, but vinyl is melting while everything is burning with a ton of myrrh. And so it's an incensey type of vibe. So it's almost a religious experience, really. But there's depth to it. There's a lot of warmth, a lot of heat in here. I mean, this represents August to me. Vinyl kind of smells of August. You know, you might not want to wear it in August, and I get it if you don't, because this is a very heavy perfume. In fact, there's just a little dent in here because I just one spritz and it's enough because this thing sticks. It sticks. It sticks like resin. Okay, it does not let you go. So of course, only in the depths of night is when I would wear vinyl, and it's just amazing. Now, another one that is just as intense, but maybe lasts a little bit less, would be my number 2. So thumb up the video, subscribe, and if I do get any shopping links to any of these, I will post them in the YouTube shopping lists down below or to the side. I never know where they pop up. My number 2 would be Gautier's By the Power of Two, the re-edition. And I know in some countries they have issued the 15 ml travel version. And then in other countries you can only get like the 100 ml. I love this little one because I bought backups of this because it's just so good for traveling. And the 15 ml is the one that I have here. Also very ambery looking, but less intense than this one. Also smells less intense. Now, oh man, this is so beautiful. This is a romantic vision of a beautiful, beautiful August, second half of August, late August night. Oh, I envision a whole storyline, an entire love that happens and blossoms in summer when you're going to the seaside somewhere and you have your summer love and it lasts only a couple of weeks or days, depending how long you are on vacation. And then both of you go your separate ways after vacation is over. And oh, those summer loves, they're very special. They're so emotional. They consume you fully. And I know the younger you are, the more you feel those emotions. The older you get, the less you kind of, But the beauty about this Gautier Francis Kurkdjian creation is that it is powerful enough to take you back to your youth and to those beautiful summer, short, intense summer loves. Oh man, those are the best. Somehow they are the best because, I don't know, they are literally the epitome of youth in a way, and the memory of that type of youth and hopes and dreams for the future, they're really encapsulated in this one. It just makes me smile. The amber accord here is beautiful. There's a plum accord in here, which is beautiful. There's an ambergris accord, ambroxan, ambergris accord in here, which is amazing. There's a floral component. There's a ton of jasmine. And jasmine does bloom in summer, well, usually technically July, but it is just such a joy. It's another synthetic one like vinyl, right? But it just makes you it just makes you go places. It makes you feel so much. It's so intense in a good way, intense. And it's an intensity that is connected to youthfulness. It's so beautiful. It makes you feel young again. So all day, every day in August, really. Gautier, By the Power of Two. This one has been brought back to life, and it is only for now available on the Gautier website. I don't know if they're going to expand its distribution to more than just the website, but love it to bits. Now we're going to go on another intense direction. I mean, I'm all my ambers are here, okay? Almost all of them. But here's another one for you for August. Just making you feel some type of way as this sky kind of fades into, we got lilacs, purples, pinks, but then purples are touching everywhere. And we got Alien, believe it or not. Man, little fingerprint magnet. I've been wearing this one a lot lately, so it's a little bit all over the place. But Alien, the eau de parfum, current formulation. I know some people really enjoy the predecessor, the original first release of Alien. I get it. I was not a fan of the first one. It was too much for me. I like the slightly lighter version of Alien in the current formulation. Fans that were fans of the original formulation do not like this formulation, and that's legitimate. You know, you love what you love. I totally get it. I am happy with this lighter concentration because now I can wear it finally and really enjoy it. And now I get a lot of the jasmine. It's a really nice ambery jasmine. It's like the future of jasmine from another planet accord, and it is ambery. It is warm, but also cooling at the same time. It's like an alien type of warmth and beautiful in August. It is just in the current EDP. Because it's also not so overbearing and it's so overpowering, you can really enjoy it even during the daytime. If you're not like on the beach, like, you know, cooking, basking under the sun, but instead just walking around the city or the village or wherever you are, having your little holiday moment, and then also really enjoyable at night to go to dinner or to have some cocktails. This one is very, very relaxing, very holiday. Alien is very, very holiday, very makeup, very let's dress up and let's go out and enjoy the holiday. Let's enjoy August. Let's enjoy summer, whatever's left of it. The next one would be super sophisticated. You need some ambrosial type of honey and hawthorn, believe it or not. This year we got ourselves Beige in the mix. This is the eau de parfum from Chanel, the Les Exclusives range. Honey, hawthorn, aldehydes. There are florals in here as well, but mostly you have that dusty factor, dusty aspect of honey, which borderlines to dirty because honey can smell quite dirty in some instances. Not here. In Beige, they have found a way to balance out the honey and make it smell just the right amount of dusty, but never dirty. Okay, it's a very clean, delicious honey. And the hawthorn is what makes it duny, sandy, very holiday, very beach. Like this thing, I know they usually say don't wear perfume at the beach, but if there ever was a perfume to wear to the beach, it would be Beige. I don't know why, it just smells of almost of suntanning lotion. Not really, because suntanning lotion has another type of smell. It's a little bit not so sophisticated as a smell, but it's a mood, okay? It's a very, very beachy, breezy mood, and I'm feeling the vibe fully in August this year with Beige EDP. Also the Extrait, if you have it, and if you have the discontinued EDT, why not? Also use that one. Now, the concentration is always on the sticker in the back of the sticker in a lighter tone of like gray or ton sur ton. So you can see that it spells out on the back of the sticker, eau de parfum. The eau de toilette will have the eau de toilette spelled out in the back. And the Extrait is a little 15 milliliter splash bottle, unless you don't have the 50 ml limited edition and blah, blah, blah. But they've discontinued the Extraits. So now we have the EDPs only available. And it took me a long time to understand Beige and love it for myself. And I have finally, after years and years and years of not having reviewed Beige, I have a video where I review Beige up on my channel. So go check out the in-depth review of Beige where I explain all the details about it, the history, and how it all went down. So the EDT would be Jacques Polge with Christopher Sheldrake, as well as the Extrait. Although the Extrait was already, I think, a mix of Jacques and Olivier. The EDP is Olivier Polge. And I gotta say, after a few tweaks and reformulations ever since the EDP came on the market in 2016, now it's 2025, Beige has found its position, and I feel like they have found a nice balance for the formula of the EDP of Beige. So currently it is very, very enjoyable, to me at least. And like I said, all day long in August, this is an all-dayer for me. It's not just an evening perfume or just a morning perfume. This one is even deliciously playful to wear, like, for breakfast, to put it on as you're going to your breakfast, if you're in a hotel or at home or wherever, or visiting friends or just alone at home. Like, this is a fun one to have breakfast with, believe it or not. And I'm usually a little bit iffy about wearing perfumes for breakfast as I'm hungry. Some perfumes are not so good when you're hungry, and some are not so good when you're like full. Some perfumes just enhance the hunger feel, and they just kind of give you like a cramp in your stomach. While other perfumes, I'm not saying that Beige is gourmand, because it's not, in my opinion, it's not, but it doesn't make you feel bad when you're hungry and you spray it on. It actually kind of, it warms up your palate to eat. I usually want to eat or nibble or snack or have some special little tasting or some tapas or something whenever I wear Beige, or drink a cocktail or something whenever I wear Beige. Beige to me is like very much connected to olfactive pleasures and food. Go figure. So that would be my number 4. And now I've saved the lightest one for last, although within its family, this one is not light by any means. Interesting how everything is, very, everything depends on, everything is subjective and everything is relative and everything depends on what you compare it to. So we got to be very careful when we, look at the news, watch intel information outside. Everybody's going to give you information wanting you to believe their side of the story because they will frame it in a way that it's relative to their belief system. So, for example, when I tell you that this perfume compared to the other 4 that I just showed you is light in comparison, but it is one of the heavy hitters within its own family. So technically it is light, but it's also heavy depending on where you're coming from. So when I tell you that, you'll understand when I show you which perfume we're going to talk about next. And that would be Coco Mademoiselle, the EDP, in this beautiful little limited edition vial, twist and spray. I just have this special edition, but even if you have the regular Coco Mademoiselle bottle, it's the same formula, so don't worry. It doesn't smell different. It just has a different container and a different presentation. So Coco Mademoiselle, compared to the other 4 here, is light. But it is a sweet patchouli. It's a patchouli fragrance. Within the Chanel family of fragrances, this one is one of the heavier perfumes that Chanel has to offer. So we twist. Oh man, such a beauty. And in fact, after sniffing on all of these other 4, and then I kind of smell my little vial of Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Parfum, I'm like, oh, this is such a light, delightful little joy of a perfume. But that's the funny thing about it, right? It's so joyful and playful, that fruitiness and that patchouli vibe. And also I love this limited edition pearl bracelet. You can also put it on a bag, like on a bag handle, and use it as a bag charm. But the vibe is special. It's a beauty, isn't it? It's so useless and so unpractical to wear it as a bracelet. So I would definitely probably use this if you have to put it on anywhere. It would be on a bag handle. But that softness and that fruity patchouli, the sparkling aldehydes in the opening, and in fact, even when you look at the liquid, it's so much lighter than the other fragrances that we've seen today in my list. So this one really, comparatively speaking to the other 4, this is a baby. And this one is like super light to wear in the mornings and afternoons in August. But if you're going to only have a Chanel collection of fragrances, then you might want to wear this in the evenings only, at dinner, and wear something lighter during the day, like Promotion de Toilette or Paris Biarritz or Paris Deauville. All of those lighter fragrances, from Chanel that kind of are way lighter than Coco Mademoiselle. But Coco Mademoiselle, with its beautiful rose bouquet accord and jasmine flowers, after the fresh champagne bubbly aldehydes in the opening, and then that patchouli vetiver dry down with a smidge of vanilla. It's delicious, it's sensual, it's also very youthful, very playful, very flirtatious. It is really summer in a bottle. Again, connecting to the beginning of my conversation, those summer loves that last but a week or two and then end, and you feel some type of way when they're over, but they were never meant to last. But as you are living them and living that dream in that moment, you think it's going to last forever, and you're just so hopeful. And like every hope, it gets shattered and the dream is over, and then you go back to your reality. But then, you can dream again in the future, some other instance, some other situation, some other summer, some other love. And just like that, those are my 5 perfumes for the month of August 2025. Let me know your favorites this month. And if you did have fun today and enjoyed, check out the shopping links, help out the channel out. I'm probably going to be able to find some of these for you to add to the shopping list, if not in this packaging, in the regular bottle. And for the rest, subscribe, and let me know your favorites for August. And until next time, never forget to never give up on fragrant love. Bye.